I have 2 carrots out here on the cutting board. This is the first thing. So I soaked navy beans. Remember, we're talking about navy beans in my videos. I've soaked them overnight. They were boiled until they can be pinched with my finger. Mushed. Is that a good word? Mushed. So when basically I can mush a bean with my finger, and so now I am going to add 2 carrots to the pot. And here's the pot. Let me show you the pot. So here are the beans. I'm gonna stir them up a little bit. And now I'll let the carrots cook. Okay, so the carrots have been put in the bean soup. They've been cooking for about 20 minutes, maybe 15. And now we're going to add a red bell pepper, a green bell pepper, some celery, and an onion. Okay. I'm also going to add some washed tomatoes. All of these vegetables were organic. Try your best to grow your vegetables or to buy them organic. We can do it. Don't let anyone tell you we can't afford to do it. We can afford to do it because our lives depend on it. So let's take a walk out to get a few herbs. I just want to demonstrate how simple it is to just have a little bit of herbs out in front of your house. Of course, I live on a farm and there's lots of growing room. We have lots of things growing on the big acreage, but let's look at just by the door how easy this is. So here we've got a little basil, we've got some peppermint, or spearmint, we've got some thyme here, just by the door on the side. We've got both some curly parsley here and some flat parsley, Italian parsley, and then here we have a sage plant. So the things that I like to eat most of the time are just right out here by the door. I also have a crazy sick turkey right there that is in the infirmary that we're taking care of. Alrighty, and now you can see the herbs that we picked from the garden. We have some thyme, some sage, some basil, and some what did I put in? Parsley in here. And this is not a vegan recipe. I am now going to put 1 cube of butter that we made last week in here, and 2 crushed cloves of garlic. I don't know why I'm tongue twisted. And then we'll let this cook just a little while longer, and it will be ready for seasoning. I know that you know that looks good. Now comes the hard part for me because I never really measure seasoning. And so I'm only showing how I make bean soup. For me, I'll put around that much salt, a little bit of pepper. And I ground this pepper. This is Real Salt. We talked about that on another video. That's the name of the brand, Real Salt. Now this is my favorite curry powder. And I really just take the cap off and I do a capful. And I do the same with chili powder. I add a little bit of cumin, not so much with the cumin. And then this is a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. I just do my garlic powder like that. A couple of shots of cayenne pepper. And I'm gonna put the rest of this Italian seasoning in here. Give it a stir. Did you hear that taste? That was a loud taste. I'm gonna just put a little bit more salt. I am gonna let this cook up for just a little bit and then let it cool. And once it cools, I'll blend it and then I'll show you the finished product and my secret weapon new seasoning. Time to blend. So now I'd like to talk about my new favorite spice. And if you can see my shirt, you will have a clue about my spice. So it says Mana. Earlier this year, I was at a convention and I ran into a sister friend of mine, Reinica, and she was promoting and selling her new brand, Flora and Mana. And this Tandoori Heaven has become my favorite addition to bean soup. And so people have in general liked my bean soup, but now with this secret weapon on top, if you could just smell it, it has stepped my game up just a little bit. And so I'll show you how pretty it looks. I mean, it looks pretty, it tastes pretty. Can it taste pretty? It tastes good, but this is Tandoori Heaven, and it's an Indian spice blend, so it's very aromatic but very flavorful. It has coriander and fenugreek and cinnamon and nutmeg and lemon and beeper. I mean, it smells so good, but again, it gives it's a little bit of a different taste, and look how beautiful that is. If you were gonna plate this or put it in a bowl, just look how beautiful. So we'll start working on our bread now. The bread, I have stretched it 2 more times, and so now it is ready to go on that final stretch. So let's finish off the bread. Okay, Sugar Shack family, finally the moment has come. The bread is done. The soup is done, and I want to show you the final picture. Look at that. So this is bean soup, and this is my sourdough bread. Now the bread I did toast after I cooked it. I was taught that you should toast bread and not necessarily eat fresh bread. So that did happen, but let me give you another look at that. Then, of course, I have to call my taste testers over to eat it. Blossom, yes. Sunny, do you want to? They've already ate the bean soup. They've already done that. So let's try the bread. Here you go. Okay. And here, wait a minute. Here you go. Come a little bit over here. Another side, please. You told me you was my taste tester. What you think?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
So here's a better picture of the bread being cut and what that looks like in the inside, the bean soup, and then the retoasted bread. Until next time, the Sugar Shack, all of us, we are checking out. And don't forget, we could just make that.